Hi, I'm Mrs. Curtis at Butte High School in beautiful Butte, Montana, and we're going to do a short presentation today on writing inequalities. An inequality is a sentence in math that compares two expressions using either the greater than symbol, less than symbol, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to symbols. So just like in English, a sentence has a subject and a verb, and the symbol that we put in is the verb. It's saying it is less than or it is greater than something. Let's just review what solutions mean in math. In an equation, a solution was any number that you can substitute in for the variable to make the sentence true. It's like in English class when they have you fill in the blank of a sentence. In inequalities, the solution still has the same meaning. It's any number that makes the inequality true. So we're going to have inequalities that have variables in them, and we're going to want to know what's a list of the possible numbers you could put in for the variable to make that sentence true. So just to review, how many solutions are there to the equation 2 times x equals 6? That's right, there's one solution, and you probably already know that the only solution is 3. 3 is the only number in the whole universe that you could substitute in here to make this a true sentence. And when we replace that equal sign with an inequality symbol, it changes the game a little bit. Now when we start making a list of how many solutions there are to this inequality, I can think of a whole bunch. 0 would work because 2 times 0 is smaller than 6. 1 would work because 2 times 1 is smaller than 6. All of the negative numbers would work. 3 actually wouldn't work. 2 times 3 is not smaller than 6. So all of a sudden, by changing the verb in our sentence, we have gone from having one solution to having actually an infinite number of solutions. So that's actually going to make the graph look a little bit different also, but we'll talk about that later. If you're on the school board or someone important in our district, I need a new computer. So our goal, that was just a little aside, our goal here was to be able to write inequalities. We already said that an inequality is a mathematical sentence that uses an inequality symbol to compare the values of two expressions. The way that I have always remembered which symbol is which is an L is for less than. So this is the less than symbol. When you put a line under it, you're saying it can be smaller than or equal to the number that follows it, or the expression that follows it. If it's not an L, it's not less than. If it's not less than, it's greater than. So this is the symbol for greater than, and when you put a line underneath it, that means that whatever is on the left-hand side is bigger than or equal to whatever's on the right-hand side. All of these symbols are used to compare what comes before them with what comes after them. So if we're going to write b is less than 4, so we're going to replace the words is less than with one symbol. Remember, it's the one that makes the L. So we're just going to write b, that's not changing, is less than 4. Just try to make my B look like a B. I think you get the picture. Alright, this is written in English and this is written in the language of math. It's actually a lot easier. It's less writing to use the symbol. For our second example, we need to remember what a quotient means. Do you remember what a quotient means? That's right, it's divide. And we're going to use is greater than. Is greater than is not an L, so it's not this symbol, it's the other one. So we'll go ahead and write the quotient of k and 9 that'll let me. is greater than, is not the L, 1/3. You're going to have to just excuse my bad K. Oh, there it goes. So the quotient, K divided by 9, is greater than 1/3. The question is, what is the inequality that represents the verbal expression? So we want to have all real numbers P greater than or equal to 1.5. So we just want to say all numbers, and they're telling us what variable to use here. P is the variable we're going to use, and we want to use greater than or equal to. So we're just going to simply write our P, and we're not using the L symbol, we're using the other one. So that means that it's eating the P. Your elementary teacher probably taught you that the alligator eats the bigger number. And because it says or equal to, we are going to draw a line under it, meaning that it can actually be 1.5. We'll do one more example here of just how to change English words into math symbols. So here we're going to have to remember what sum is and what symbol stands for that. And we are doing the sum of t and 7. Here's our L less than -3. So sum, of course you remember, means add. So we're going to be adding t and 7. And we're using the less than symbol. So whatever number you put in for t here, whatever you fill this blank with, you have to be able to add 7 to it and have that still be smaller than -3. So that's it. Pretty simple examples of how to change written word into the language of math using the less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to symbols. I hope it was helpful. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and we'll have more videos up shortly.